Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I just wanted to pretty much explain how life after BMT, tech school, and joining the reserves, Air Force Reserves that is, has been alongside with being a full-time student. So first things first is, if you haven't seen any previous videos, I am in the United States Air Force as a reservist. I chose that route so I can continue my studies as a full-time student, pre-med track, to become a pediatrician. So I get a monthly stipend. I'm not going to go into details of how much exactly, because I just feel like stuff like that, don't let anybody count your pockets. Not only just counting your pockets, I just feel like you should never really just disclose how much money you make, as far as, maybe it's just me on a personal note, but anyway. So I get a monthly stipend. I get my school paid for. There's other programs that I went through as well to get my classes and things like that paid for. Also, certain things I can say coincide with my mom because she's a retired veteran, Army. So some of the attributes that I have are another reason as to why school is being paid for. So after completing BMT, which, like I told you in my other previous videos, I was dorm chief, so that added extra quote-unquote stress. It also helped me develop leadership skills that I didn't know I had. I always knew I was a natural born leader, but when you're put under stress like that and you're over 42 to, I think it fluctuated, maybe 49 people, and it's females of all walks of life, it can become difficult. But having that experience helped me realize, like, I can use that experience also in my pre-med track, because I'm going to be involved with other walks of life. As a reservist, you report to work monthly, but it's only on the weekends, and they're going to give you a set schedule of when those exact days are. And then the 2 weeks out of the year is also known as your annual tour, which I just completed, I believe, August 3rd to August 21st, which ran into my official start date for school. So I actually had just gotten back to Tuscaloosa. I think that was the 25th, 24th, one of those days. It was that Saturday, though, to me getting home after finishing my annual tour and my makeup ETAs, because I wasn't able to complete those at the time they were scheduled. So I would say the best thing that I got out of this was, it was a new experience. Would I redo it? No, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I would never do this again. Like, if I was to look at me in an alternate universe, or look at me about a year and a half ago, I'd have been like, but I can't ultimately say that I'm glad I did it, because I feel like I can provide for myself better than I could as a freshman, as a sophomore, but now as a senior in college. I feel like it gave me the opportunity to restart and actually become that independent adult. I was already independent before, but this was the better alternative. Now the downside, it's not too big of a downside, but I have to right now in this phase, because I'm still learning my career in the Air Force, which is fuels, while also trying to learn my studies to become a pediatrician. I have to study my CDCs, which is pretty much you learning your job, as well as studying for physics, studying for anatomy and physiology. So it's trying to find a healthy balance that can become difficult from time to time. But the CDCs is only, depending on how many volumes you have, but it's only a one-time thing, if I'm not mistaken, that you have to take. And it's just to reach a certain level in your career field in the military. Positive note with school. I'd say that I am glad to be back. I'm glad to have the chance to continue my studies. I'm okay, so I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. Like, this adjustment period is like, it's tough because I went from one mind frame, which was that of a young adult, I'll even say childish in some aspects, to now a completely different outlook on life, a completely different stature as far as like how I carry myself. I always carried myself respectfully, but in this case, you know, when you also have another title of something that's bigger than yourself, which is the US. Even though people think, well, you don't represent the US. Well, when you put on that uniform, you do. You do at all times. Whether you actually don't even have to be in a uniform. When you join the military, you have to carry yourself accordingly at all times, because you are looked at as the face. Aside from the president, you are looked at as the face of America, because they see, oh, this person is in the armed forces and they're acting this way. They're going to automatically assume that that branch is that way, and you never want to shine a negative light on your branch, let alone yourself. So overall, I'd say that like it's a new feeling for me, which I get easily overwhelmed, but I don't mind so much of being here. It's trying to get back into it, because I had took a semester off, which turned into a full year. I graduated in April from tech school, and I immediately started taking summer courses to get back the ball rolling. That was fine. It was when I physically stepped foot on my campus again was that I realized like life changed. Life is changing for me. So right now, coping with it, I'm just trying to not do what I did before, which is automatically freak out, automatically assume the worst, automatically just get myself down about it. I'm actually trying to be more positive but not naive. I'm trying to keep a level head. Obviously things are going to happen. It's just how you respond to them, which is going to prompt the next few like sequences of events after the fact. So for me now is, of course, I'm a Christian, so I've always felt like, you know, keep God first and everything will be okay. And just because you get told no in that moment doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be no forever. Also, even if it does mean no forever, just means you weren't supposed to have it, because there's something that you are supposed to have and it's better than this. But I would say that with the support of my man and my mom, it's easier for me to maneuver through these emotions as opposed to being here by myself. I'm better able to apply myself as a student, the student that I always dreamt of. Like, I was hard on myself then, I'm still hard on myself now, because I always feel like, you know, I can always do better. And as an individual, you should always feel like you can do better, despite the options that are given. Sometimes you have to take the option that's less desirable to get to the actual thing that you desire. And my desire at that moment when I joined the Air Force was to finish school. And look where I am, I'm back now doing that thing. So that's why I say I am grateful that I did join. And don't let anybody tell you that your reason for joining is wrong, because whether you're joining because you always wanted to be a soldier, airman, marine, anything else that I may not have listed, whether you wanted to finish school, whether you just wanted to see what it was like, or whatever your reason is, don't let anybody tell you that it's not a good enough reason to join or to further better yourself, because at the end of the day, that's what joining the military does. Depending on your mentality is, because sometimes if you still keep that childlike mentality, even after you've almost been programmed to be that warrior airman, that, you know, that battle buddy, that soldier or whatever, it's almost like defeating the purpose of joining, because you're still stuck in your ways rather than seeing life from a new light, seeing it from a new set of eyes. So I will say, by all means, take advantage of the opportunities given, because you never know when those opportunities may arise again. I got a few questions in regards to joining. If you have, first of all, if you have any other questions or have questions in general, feel free to comment below. And sometimes you can meet somebody or stumble across something that has the answers for you that you're looking for. And by all means, if me helping somebody is going to help them make a decision, I want to give them the best information possible. I am only an airman, and other staff sergeants, tech sergeants, senior master sergeants, whatever, will tell you, you know, hey, don't talk to other airmen. Now, you can talk to other airmen as far as their experiences, but as far as concrete, solidified information, please go talk to a recruiter. I can't even stress that, like, go talk to a recruiter. But the first question was, could I still be active duty and go to school? I can't necessarily answer that question because I'm not active duty, but I would think that you still can. I will have to ask my man when he gets here, which that's something I'm excited about. He'll be here when he gets here, about school, but I'm sure you can go to school as an active duty. The only thing is you'll probably have to take a certain shift, like let's just say the night shift, where you work through the night and you have to do it during the day, so that way you can do it that way, or you know, the other way around. The other question I got was, is there any programs that you can go through as far as not going to BMT? ROTC. But I would still kind of think of that as like a mini BMT maybe, but ROTC is another route that you can take. My school offers Air Force, Army, I think I saw some Marines. I'm not sure what else too much, but you can go with the ROTC route, which is officer training though, and I think after you graduate, you put on second lieutenant if I'm not mistaken. But other than that, there's really no alternative, and it's not like oh, I'm gonna go to BMT, take some time off, and then go to tech school. Now, in some cases that can happen, but if you were like my case, I went from BMT to tech school, and after tech school, I went home and I started school. The last question that I can remember was, what advice would you give to somebody that's looking to join the military? I would say do your research, and that's with anything in life. When you're looking to start a new journey, always do your research. And in this aspect of the military, do your research with each branch, because you want to find a branch that best suits you. That's just like a job. You want to find that job that you know you'll flourish in, or you want to find that one specific thing in life that you know that you can bring something to the table and also take from and give back. So do your research for one. If you do follow through with it and it's time for BMT, it's a mind over matter thing. It's not as bad, well, at least for me it wasn't, because excuse me, I've been through a lot worse than BMT. So as far as anything else, any position given, don't take it lightly. Whether it's you're on bathroom crew or hallway crew, it does not matter. Take those and show the initiative. Take that and show them that regardless of what the position is, that you're going to do what you're told, and that you're going to do it to your best ability and then some. But other than that, no worries, you got it. Just keep pushing through. Just count the meals. And I say that because breakfast, lunch, and dinner, once you keep counting those, you just know by the time you get done with PT, after that it's time to go to dinner. The day is over. Well, that's after you do detail one more time, like for my flight, dust downs and stuff, unless you did that before you went to chow. But other than that, remember why you joined. Remember your purpose, and that's always going to fuel you to finish, because it feels so good in the end. And just give your best at all times. I just thought I'd share this with you. This video ended up being a little bit longer than I wanted it to be, but that's fine. Anything to help you guys out with learning new information. So by all means, like I said, you can comment below any more questions you may have. And that's pretty much it for this video, guys. See you later.